So I must keep this position until we reach the place. Oh well.
Territory of the United States in the Western Pacific. Those born here are considered U.S. citizens, and all U.S. constitutional provisions apply here, including land ownership, but excluding the right to vote for president. The land was settled 4,000 years ago by the Chamorro people. Spain colonized the island not long after Ferdinand Magellan arrived in 1521. But in 1898, Spain ceded Guam to the U.S., it becoming one of the first U.S. colonies.
If you were just dropped in this place with no prior knowledge, where would you guess you were? Maybe Florida, or California, or Hawaii, somewhere tropical, but this is definitely the U.S. It just looks like the U.S. From the style of signs to the way the roads look to the stores that line the streets, you can tell it's the U.S., but it's not Florida. It's not California, it's not Hawaii, it's not even on this side of the world. It's America's most isolated territory. It's Guam. The United States has 5 inhabited territories: the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, American Samoa, the Northern Mariana Islands, and Guam itself. Guam is the furthest of these 5 from the continental U.S., nearly 8,000 miles away from Washington, D.C., making it the most isolated. Beijing, Delhi, Cape Town, and Buenos Aires are all closer to D.C. than Guam is, and the island is a fully fledged territory of the U.S. It is the U.S. Guam has been inhabited for thousands of years by the native Chamorro people until the 1500s, when it was first claimed as a territory by Spain. Centuries later, after the U.S.'s victory in the Spanish-American War, the territory was ceded to the United States along with Puerto Rico and the Philippines. Aside from a brief and brutal Japanese occupation during World War II, the island has remained a part of the U.S. ever since. Many Americans had never even heard of Guam until summer 2017. That was when North Korean leader Kim Jong-un threatened to launch a ballistic missile at Guam. The threats may have since subsided, but the effects of that summer have not. The island stretches less than 30 miles from top to bottom, which makes it smaller than every other U.S. state and territory, and yet it packs more than 160,000 people into that small size. In fact, it's more densely populated than all but 5 U.S. states or territories. Meanwhile, it is by far the most developed place in Micronesia. To put it in perspective, Guam's neighboring islands, the Northern Mariana Islands, which are also part of the U.S., have a GDP per capita of $16,800, while Guam's is more than $35,000. Kiribati, meanwhile, the most populous country in Micronesia, has a GDP per capita of $1,500. Guam is an outpost of the modern developed world in one of the poorest regions of the world. Its location, though, is its greatest asset. Its economy exists because of where it is. The island is 3 hours from Tokyo, 4 hours from Seoul, and 5 hours from Hong Kong. It's close to Asia, but it is still the U.S., unequivocally. You see American license plates, American-style ambulances, they have U.S. post offices, they use the U.S. dollar, they have American stores, American hotels, U.S. national parks, U.S. airlines. There is no compromise on the Americanness of Guam because it is the U.S. They fly the U.S. flag, and for tourists, this is a draw. Instead of flying 7 hours to Hawaii or 10 hours to California, Japanese tourists can and do just fly 3 hours to Guam in order to visit the US. The malls, which look identical to any in Virginia or Kansas or anywhere else in the US, are hugely popular with Asian tourists as they can buy American goods for a fraction of what they would cost in Asia. About 1.5 million people visit the island of 160,000 each year, but what's not good for tourism is missile threats.
左方向です。その先、目的地は右側です。
Okay. No talking.
「目的地は右側です。お疲れ様でした。」
カインタよ。
Anywhere? Jeff's Pirates Cove.
Just arrived for brunch at Jeff's Pirates Cove. It is Guam's ultimate beach bar and restaurant spot that boasts of a unique ship bar, seaside museum, gift shop, and delicious food.
Morning.
Welcome to 𝕲𝖆𝖆. Ooh, wet.
Wait. Gorgeous place. And handsome husband.
Of course. And beautiful one.
Thank you. Start what? Stop raining?
If you are curious about the weather on Guam, check out Jeff's Pirates Cove's award-winning weather page. Award-winning, you say? That's right. The pirate has won numerous awards for his weather page.
don't know all inside my head, inside of me. Holding all these thoughts beneath my skin, can you believe it all?
Son of a beach. Jeff's Pirates Cove due on April Fool's Day, 1948 in Hingham, Massachusetts. Jeff was born the next day. He moved to Guam as a civil service brat when he was 14 yet never lost the East Coast accent. It stuck with him through Hawaii where he first learned to tend bar at Outrigger Canoe Club, Florida where he studied hotel and restaurant management, Las Vegas where he graduated from UNLV, worked as croupier, and drove cabs for the likes of Ed Sullivan and Robert Goulet, and back to Guam where he grew a tiny roadside dive bar into a seaside island treasure. Pirate, environmentalist, beachcomber, birdwatcher, activist, lifesaver, grandpa.